Well, hey there, family. Welcome as we are back with our Old Gods of Appalachia actual play. We have with us Charlie, Ruby, Basil, and Ivy playing to the Cypher system and this game by Monty Cook Games based on the podcast of Old Gods of Appalachia. We are here with our first story, The Land That Keeps, of course, in part 5. See, last time, our folk, just trying to get their own home, found themselves deep in a mine where they realized the pain of two brothers, the pain of many brothers and sisters from a war that happened not too long ago here in Avery County, 1920. Now, brothers, countrymen, and neighbors who were murdered by one another, their restless spirits quite content to live out that hatred and fervor forever until B&L Railroad decided a river was in the wrong place. Heck, it would cost way too much money to go around it. So a little redirection ain't hurt nobody, especially when you can grease the right palms of the right city folk and those who were supposed to be protected and in trust of things. Especially when those restless spirits were made by a battle that wasn't officially on record. One that had been absconded. No one gave those orders. And truth be told, you would find that many of those deaths on record will, well, you'd find them scattered about many a battle. A field far from where it happened near Avery County. So, those who were supposed to quietly remember it didn't so much forget, but just found it more convenient to be able to feed their families than to protect that trust of those who died, fighting loved ones, finding those who they used to work the fields together with. And so the river came, redirected, washed anew. Those spirits and their things taken and roiled and pushed against that earth until they went deep, away from the green. It kept them sane, even kept them fed to the starvation of the dark. Down into mine, B&L, number 14. Deep below, where two brothers had murdered each other way before they could ever fire a pistol in that bloody battle. And it is there that someone has knitted them together through torment of those brothers for a purpose unknown. But the deed itself was unknown until these four uncovered it and now stand. Ezra and Jeb, brothers of hatred, now standing across each other from this profane circle. Right to help these four. Charlie, who gift for song, has led him to hear the cries like hymns of pain and horror. And beneath this ground, beneath this sigil, whether it's been drinking or forming or what all, Avi, who's been able to see, Basil, who's known enough to give them some guidance, and Ruby, whose voice and reason has caused her to see more and feel way beyond what mortals should. The four now gathered around, ready to see what they can do, ready to see if they can move the past forward. Can any souls be freed from this land? It's time to find out, family. What would you all like to do?
All right, are the Ivy, Basil, are you all ready? Have you done the preparation you need?
What do you think, Basil?
Couldn't hear you there, Basil. The mics, they're not working. Let's keep going. Let's see.
I think everything's ready, as far as I can tell. I mean, you guys got the brothers?
They're right here.
Oh man, okay.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Basil was just quietly peeing herself. It's fine.
Well, okay. I don't exactly have a incantation, but I got a feel for the rhythm under the ground here, and I can try to see if I can coax whatever this is up.
Oh,
So-
okay. Just give me a second. I gotta stretch a little because I haven't done this in a while, but I have I guess you could say an interesting little thing I can do. I have a small talent. She like sits down, takes off her shoes, stretches a bit, puts the paper down on the floor, and puts the pencil between her toes.
Charlie is watching, fascinated by this.
Basil's immediately impressed, even if the drawing turns out horrible.
Okay. I'm not gonna. I'm just okay. This is. I haven't done this in a while, but it was just something I taught myself, so it's just a little known talent that I got, if you could call it a talent.
If it helps us make it through this, Miss Ruby, I'll call it whatever you want me to call it.
All right. What did you do in there, Ruby?
She is going to draw this creature with using her because she is trained in all tasks involving physical performing arts.
Mhm.
So she's going to draw this creature when it comes out with her foot.
Say this one more time for me. I'm trying to. I'm not kidding.
Miss
Okay.
Ruby used to be a carny.
Yes.
So you are drawing what?
The creature, because the the thing that she was given is you draw whatever, like this evil spirit or a witch on this paper, and you can tear the paper to harm it in that certain location.
Okay. So
So
you're using
as
the cipher.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what she's doing. It just looks weird, okay?
All right. Okay, so you're drawing. Okay, so that's what you're doing right now. There's not a skill check for that right now, so you're moving that.
Yeah, I was just getting set up and ready for whenever everything starts.
Oh, it'll start soon. We pissed it off good.
Okay. All right. You begin to do that. What else are we doing?
At this point, Abby's going to start singing a song that her mama taught her to the old magics. She starts trying to perform this ritual.
All right. What's the ritual meant to do?
The ritual is to seal what me and Basil given in our dolls and to let the other spirits go free.
All right.
To reverse the evil and corruption and hatred.
All right. So you begin working on the sigils here with Basil.
Do we know which way this creature's gonna come up from?
Not really.
Nope.
I kind of want to set up like Miss Ruby's camera on my camera stand and just be ready to click if I need to. Because we're supposed to get proof.
Oh yeah.
Might be worth taking a snapshot of the ritual setup, like the thing that we found, like just the setup right now, taking a snapshot of that at least, and then maybe just hanging back near a wall or something to get as wide of view as possible.
I'll do that.
Yep.
Considering I'm drained from giving Miss Ivy all my memories.
And it's Charlie's just sort of on standby in the event that something does happen, something comes. He has his harmonica out to help him however he can.
Sounds good. Very good then. Well. Then Ivy. You are there with Basil. You lay down your dolls, trying to, if I'm correct, replace with emotions of love that you three are sacrificing that we've heard last session.
Yes.
And memories and feelings. Redirect this hatred. All right. What you have come upon is a level 10 ritual. You've sacrificed your 3 memories, bound them deep, which brings you to 7. You have the brothers, which brings you to 6 and 5. Who are there staring at each other, staring at their mom. From Ruby's and Charlie's interaction with them, this moment of trying to push through these cloaks of heat that nearly have been sewn into their very forms was all weakening the sting. I believe you are skilled with using magic,
Yes.
which brings it down to 4. But anything else towards this?
I am going to spend some of my pool.
All right.
Since I was helping, can I also spend some pool or no?
I'll let you spend as well. Both of you can spend from intellect.
So if Ivy's gonna start singing a song, can Charlie very low and definitely background, but sort of give some help to that? Maybe not even on the harmonica, just sort of maybe padding something out, a rhythm to help support her.
You may have a choice. You can be
Okay.
ready for what might come out, or
okay.
you can help with the ritual. It's totally up to you.
How much pool am I allowed to spend?
So you can do your 1 effort, which is 3, but if you have an edge of intellect, it goes down to 2.
Okay. And then I'm trained in learning something new.
I would say this is the help you're given. That
Okay.
effort is
I'm
what
going
you're
to spend
given.
my 2 pool.
Okay, I think Charlie actually will stay ready then,
Okay.
unless the others think we really need it. But it sounds like we might be getting pretty low on the. We're getting it pretty low already, so he'll stay ready.
All right. So with both of your efforts, this is a 6 or higher.
To the brothers lost and gone, and the mother still here, I hope you can listen and hear our plea, and come now and be near, so then we can set you free. That is a 13.
Nice.
First, it seems simple. It sits there, the dolls that you have made. Get up, quickly moving. The 3 dolls that are there respond for this invasion upon their land, their territory of hatred, as they rip into each other. And soon, with the cries and the "yeah, get 'ems" from the brothers, the 3 memories of love and devotion sunder the hatred. Lay them bare, and the candle goes out, and the wax cracks. And the ghostly red from around the brothers drips off like too much rainwater, no longer being able to be held by fabric. Then all is silent. The only light is your little torch that you had brought of batteries and bulbs, until the ground gives its first shudder. Deep below, the thing that was no longer the spirits of the dead, but rather a child of that which slept far deeper. The thing that had been using the cries of the tortured to make a body of flesh. Heaved as that fluid of hatred, that cord of ritual that bound it to those that would feed it is cut. As it moves back into slumber, it gives one final breath towards this misshapen thing. Its breath that, if to see it, would have been weak through its many, many teeth, as it shoots up in what appears to those watching above like a crack of steam. But it's enough to set forth the thing. The thing that in its very form you can see reflected by your flashlight. Bayonets being plundered into hearts. Throats being slit, shots being fired as blue and gray take the place of neighbor and friend. It is a sea of blood and corrupted water and something else. A misshapen form not mature enough in the center. Likely not able to survive much longer, but it will take those who damned it to death before it could wreak its havoc of hate, those it sees before it. And so it is risen. Even looking at it is maddening. Now, Ruby and Beth and Charlie, you have been ready for this. Wait in your time. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna start drawing.
Gonna what?
I'm gonna start drawing.
John.
Okay. Okay, I think
Really quick, Ruby, because of this, I need an intellect challenge.
Okay.
This is what I'm going to say, because you can draw this fine. This is more of a defense because you're needing to process the horror and get it through your body into something, right? However, I don't know if you're training intellect defense, but I will lower it because of your using your art here, like that you had so carefully set up. So I think this is going to be you're successful on this, so this is only going to be rating 5 to start. Could have been much worse. Yeah.
Can I? So I'm been deciding between two things, but I'm wondering if one of them could help Ruby with this.
Okay.
Which is to utilize my more special ability, Ribbons of Darkness. So I'll read it to you here. So for the next minute, darkness condenses within an area within long range that is no bigger than an immediate distance, manifesting as swirling ribbons. All tasks attempted by creatures in the area are hindered, and leaving the area requires the creature's entire action to move. Could that be used to obscure the maddening effect it's having?
It could definitely help if that's what that's your action. If that's what you want to do.
I think that's maybe better than the Bewitch at this point. I think that's what Charlie's going to do to sort of dampen what just the aura that it seems to be having. He's going to fight it with basically his own darkness. This is what he's going to do.
Give me some flavor to this, my friend. Come on.
Yeah. So Charlie sees this thing come up. He looks over to Ruby. He sees that Ruby is getting ready, but he's feeling it. He's feeling all of that intensity. He knows everyone else is. He takes a deep breath. He brings his harmonica to his lips like you've seen him do so many times before, but there is something different because you've never seen him do this. His eyes actually start to go black, and he begins to play. It is not a comforting or nice tune. It sounds off. It sounds out of tune, and yet somehow like it's following its own musical rules. And ribbons of darkness come out from the ground under Charlie, and they just shoot forward and begin twirling around this entity and basically like obscuring it, making it so that the entity simply can't move as freely anymore. It doesn't fully stop it, but it's clashing with it. It's slowing it down. And Charlie looks completely lost in the moment, just doing this to protect these people around him.
The ribbons of darkness flow. As they do, every face that's reflected, every scene of horror stops for a moment as their attention turns to this sound that shouldn't even be possible from Charlie. And there's looks of recognition. And the thousands of mouths mine. Thousands of mouths silently scream one phrase, 3 words in unison. Any looking can clearly see they mouth to Charlie himself. You know him? As they are engulfed by his darkness. Now over to Ruby. That makes an additional advantage to you because it is hindered. Plus your skill brings you down to a 3 to resist. Unless you have anything you want to throw at it.
Okay. I'm thinking.
All good.
I don't know if any of these are. I don't know if any of these are going to help at all. Okay, well, I've got 1 edge on intellect.
So you want to spend 2 on it?
Yeah, I'll spend 2 intellect. Cool. Yeah, let's lower it down 1 more.
6 or higher.
That's a nat 20.
Nice.
What's the effect of the cipher?
So it does damage, and I rolled on this a while back because you're supposed to roll for the damage of it, and it's level 10. So
It's supposed to do 10 damage.
yeah.
We might not talk to God, but God apparently talks to us.
All right. So you're going to draw this. Okay, I'm just going to say I love this. I am GM intrusion.
Okay.
So you get 1 point for yourself, Ruby. You can hand out a point to somebody else. So you give another point to someone else. And this is going to take to your next turn to do. But you get experience from me doing that to you. That's how the intrusions work, right?
I should also add, Matt, that this petition ignores armor.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that's how, just to kind of break with Cypher, it's like how this conversation kind of goes. It's going, I want to make this a little dramatic, but here's the experience for me to make it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like how this kind of works for everybody. So I love it. So very cool. All right, in that case, now go ahead and we're going to make the initiative test. This is a rating 5 creature. You can just tell me if you have you'd have a training and initiative potentially.
I have training in speed defense tasks, all tasks involving balance or careful movement, and all tasks involving physical performing arts.
Okay, so you don't. So it's a straight 5 for you. So 15 or higher.
No, it's a 9.
Okay, that's fine. The other 3. Technically 12 because hindrance.
That's an 11 for Charlie.
9.
18.
Okay. In that case, Avi, what'd you like to do?
He's continuing the ritual. I think you'll see her at this moment. Her eyes will roll back in her head, and from the magic will start like flowing around her body, and her hair will start rising a little bit. She just starts losing herself.
What's she doing?
I mean, do we still have to continue on the ritual, or is that like...
You can do this. Yeah, you can do something now.
Yeah, so she's gonna try to make this go faster, I guess, hoping that the quicker the connection's sealed, that the darkness won't have anything left really to hold it.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. In that case, this would cost 3 intellect points to do.
Yep.
And then you're going to roll against a creature's rating of 5. You're using magic, so that's definitely down to 4 there. So 12 or higher, unless you want to put more to it.
Yeah, I'll throw another 2 into it.
All right. That's 9 or higher.
Okay. Alrighty. That is a 14.
All right. And actually, it would be a 6 or higher because it's hindered. I forgot about the hindrance. And so it bound you more. You're trying to remember everything you can because you sold your memory, your hope into those dolls. But even doing it, you left some things out, and these weird details, these things that you meant to hide from it in the moment of seeing the horror that is unleashed, you give it all. And the steam that seems to come over it, the breath that wants to complete the sigh of this dark mother giving birth is cut short, causing a second hindrance on this creature. Now it is its turn. Its attention. All of the eyes and scenes are only on Charlie. that song. And they mouthed forwards. Why do you know him? Else. They scream now. Red blood of hatred moving through it. Attempts to push all of itself out into you, not moving. Too upset with whatever you did to remind it of whatever you reminded it of. You can go ahead and do speed defense. So this is going to be intellect defense.
Intellect defense. Okay. So I am trained in that.
Excellent.
So what is
That brings it down. So 5, 4, 3, 2, because of the 2 hindrances upon it.
Oh, okay. And so that's
Can somebody do something to help with that?
It's already down to a 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
So no, because we're in initiative now.
Okay.
So someone could have done something before, and this goes now. All of you go after it, but everyone first. So unfortunately, not with this.
Sure. And just I don't think this affects. Oh, this is an armor thing anyway. I still have the Hagstone on, but I'm guessing this is bigger than a ghost haint or spirit of the dead right now.
Did you activate it?
Yeah, I put the Hagstone on before we came down here.
So it says +1 armor against those.
Yeah, against those 3 things. I don't know.
You would have armor if you fail this.
Okay. So it's a tier 2 at the moment. Is that a 6 or above?
Correct.
Okay. That is all right. That was cut. There we go. There we go. That is a 17.
Oh, excellent. You just push your head more into your music. Seems to be doing something. If it's harming you, at least it ain't harming them. As it passes through, and for some reason, the hatred does not pierce this tune that you have learned. That's its turn. Now, because of what's going to happen on Ruby's turn, it has to be Charlie and Basil, and then we'll go to Ruby.
Okay.
In this very special circumstance.
I'm pretty certain that my entire turn. I don't know. Am I first or Basil? I'm sorry. I don't want to speak out of turn.
It's your choice.
No. I'm pretty certain I just have to maintain this. So I don't think I'm doing anything on my turn other than maintaining.
Okay, you maintain the effect.
Yeah.
And Basil.
I was gonna snap the picture. I am useless in a fight, guys.
Flash goes off. Yeah. It's so interesting. So, yeah, I'd say I'm going to make this a speed challenge. It would be rating 5 for the... Actually, because of its nature, I'm going to add 2. So it would be a 7. Normally, it's hindered by 2 for a 5. Do you have anything to throw at taking its picture? I guess you have a camera, so we'd count that as an asset for 4.
I don't know. I'm looking at what I'm trained in. No, I don't think I have anything else.
All right, let's roll for 12 or higher.
Ooh. 14! Oh!
Yes! Yeah!
Oh. That's all I got. I'm gonna throw up now.
Flash goes off, capturing this image. And now, Describe what you're doing, Ruby.
She's on the floor. Her eyes are flickering between the image and the paper as she's using one foot to hold the paper and her other foot with the pencil between her big toe and her second toe, and she's drawing this creature. She's very focused on this.
You draw, then is it the rip that activates?
Yes.
All right.
And
What does Ruby pour into this? Or is she thinking or feeling as she rips? What is she envisioning ripping? I'm just asking some flavor for this.
she's wanting to get rid of the hate, the anger. She doesn't feel like it has any place here, that this place needs love, happiness, less sorrow. She's just pouring all of the she's visualizing tearing away the hate, tearing away the anger, getting rid of those negative emotions.
Gotcha. The idea that something always has to be replaced with another thing. What's a memory? You're not going to lose this memory, but what's this thing you are sharing to help wash away this hatred?
She is sharing the love that she has experienced from her parents growing up. The love of Ivy to her little brother. And the growing love between this group of friends. And wanting to keep those all connected, sewing those connections more.
Sharing the blood of the womb. Sharing the water of the womb. Sharing the blood of the covenant. Both one. As you rip this script, this paper, and with it, these bonds of hatred. As if each one begins to remember playing together with the person who they just would stab a dagger into. Helping each other's fields. Heck. Seeing in those whose skin's a bit darker, just brothers and neighbors who have yet to move in. You let it all flow in, which is a total of 14 damage because of that natural 20 you got before. This thing nearly crumples. And now as something nearly pitiful, gasping for breath, trying to breathe, no longer surrounded by its protective layer, no longer giving succor from the breath from below. It searches out. You feel it itching in your minds, your hearts, for any ounce of betrayal, any smidgen of hate. Will it find something to find new succor on? Ivy, you get to go before it gets one more turn.
Ivy's gonna try to finish this ritual, and she's going to look to the spirits. It's hurting. This is your time. You now have the chance to leave and head back to be together in the afterlife. But you have to go now. Take this opportunity and flee. And on that moment, her eyes are going to flare when she says flee, and all the wind will rush into the room. People probably wondered, we're in the middle of a mine. How's the wind even down here? But just swoops in.
Remember, this mine's a hole.
Okay, yeah.
In the ground more, so yeah, it comes in from up.
Yeah, the wind comes in and just swoops around, and the dolls that were there before kind of start swirling around her, and the ones that were destroyed just flutter out.
What's using ability, or is this just more ritual stuff?
This is more using magic.
All right.
So I'm going to pump into another 2.
Absolutely. That will make it a 6 or higher. You got to roll.
11.
11. That's going to put a whopping 3 hindrances on this thing. As you make its way, and now these souls put back into memories of love, put back into memories of fellowship. See in this thing something they let into their hearts. And now say no. The brothers stronger than the others join in and restrain it, bind it along with Charlie. And I think based on what everybody has been saying, unless somebody has another idea, I feel like it's Ruby. As Baser tries to get the last bit, Charlie continues his holding. It's going to try to get you, then you would have a turn against it. Okay. As it searches, since you are the provider of the love, trying to undo that, trying to spark hate in your heart. So 5 automatically gets down to 2 for an intellect attack. He's got the 3 hindrances.
And I don't know if seeing through deception or persuasion will help in that.
I think seeing through deception, absolutely. In this particular instance, I'll let that go for this and go down to a rating 1 for 3. So if you spent points through intellect, you would just erase this as a roll, or you can roll it. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll it.
You got it.
I'm gonna roll it. Okay. Sometimes that 7 looks like a 1. Oh, yeah, 7. Oh, your sound went out.
Yeah.
Okay. It cannot find any aspect of hate in this moment. In this moment, your heart is true and fixed, and you have a turn.
She is going to look at it directly. Pull her big girl panties up. Hate has no place here. We don't want it to have a place here. It'll never have a place in my heart, as she uses Shake the Bones for. And that causes 2 points of might damage and 2 points of intellect damage.
It does indeed. Shout out that word. And that thing violin shrinks. Turns hard and tiny, no more than a quarter-inch round pebble. It looks like something hugging its knees. Almost like a musket shot. And it rests between the 3 dolls that Ivy and Bezo have made as they give it a hug, tie themselves around, and wrap it tightly, binding it. The pool of souls that were hate, now hope, and love linger for a moment. The brothers look. This has been undone. What would you all like to do right now?
So it looks like it's sort of done at this point.
Yeah, this is more, you've got all these forces here.
Right.
And so if there's anything you want to do, well, like, you know, this is kind of the moment, like the spirits are lingering, the stuff's here, like any of those moments that we want to have.
I think oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying, if there's a sense that this entity we were fighting is done, Charlie is going to attempt to stop playing, and but he has to attempt to stop playing.
Okay.
He has to try to pull the harmonica away from his lips. So that's what he's attempting to do.
All right. So I'd say probably intellect 3.
Oh.
So 9 or higher.
Let's see.
Is that can I help with that with encouragement?
I think if is Charlie open to that?
Sure. Because it's encouragement. You're a performer too, and it's about knowing when to stop the performance.
Yeah. Are you trained in persuasion?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. I always get that wrong. I'm trained in perception, not persuasion.
Okay.
I'm trained in music.
Okay. Can I use encouragement to train to give him the training in persuasion so he can persuade himself to stop playing? You can stop. You can do this. You got this.
I think so. I think because you're using your using your moment here to help. I think it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's down to a 6 or higher?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to roll that. Try to get a broader space so I can proper roll. That's a 15.
All right. Very good. So you're able to pull it from your lips. All right. What wants to do in this scene?
After she sees he's taken care of, she wants to go to the brothers. Ruby wants to go to the brothers. She'll hold her one hand out to each of the brothers. See if maybe they can connect with her in some way.
You hold out to them. They look at you. They give a smile. And as each kind of takes steps towards you, they bow their heads. Well, thank you, Miss Ruby. We ain't know you a none, and you helped us anyway. Yeah. Well, you all helped everybody.
Like I said earlier, the war is over. There's no need for the hate. There's no need for the separation. Your brothers. You at one point loved each other. I'm sure you still do.
Yeah. Yeah. They look back. Mama's long gone, eh, Jeb? You got it, Ezra. We're just here now.
I guess it's time you go visit Mom.
I don't know. Heck, I don't.
Before you go, do you happen to know what happened to the redhead who was helping the miners?
No. But I remember them having stones like that. Looking at Charlie. I don't know anybody who was helping him, though.
Did your mama have red hair?
But she did, but her body's right here. You look at the bones of her that have been pushed and skull and all whatnot. But would you
We can
bury
lay her
her
to
again?
rest.
Thank
We can
you.
lay her to rest.
Just put her back where she was laid before.
Where was that?
Each other, I don't know.
No, we'll figure it out. It's fine.
Remember, they died while she was alive.
That's right.
They
I
don't know.
forgot. I remember now. We'll take care of
I'll
it.
look it up in the records when we get back.
It's what you're best at.
And what you begin to see now, and everyone still has a chance to interact, is the brothers begin to look tired. Their feud going down. But, family, when someone misses that train, well, not every train comes round again. And you all look and realize what's left of the souls that were being devoured. And these brothers, they might not be nothing coming for them.
Oh, man. Well, why don't you guys take a good long rest and we'll try and figure out another way to help, another way to get you back.
Not. And there's. So does someone have something? I heard a breath
Yeah,
of thought is dark.
Ivy, kind of. So is the darkness still around the magic of it?
The darkness really has been banished here.
Has it? Okay.
There's still the crack. Actually, no. Your thing would have. Actually, you shoved it shut. It's not the crevice that it was, but there is a fracture there that goes down deep. More like a hairline now. Storms like this, they need to be kept.
So I think at this point, Ivy, not recognizing what magic and darkness is here, is going to try to either give it some of her power for a little bit to subside it, just by focusing and going, I've met you once, old horny. I don't know if that's you behind this, but maybe this can help push you away for a little while.
Remind me to talk to Ivy about what she names things.
And I would say spend 3 intellect here and just this. It's an odd feeling, an exhale from below suddenly begins to turn more into an in. And you see, as it breathes in instead of out, dust of rock, even some of the water and liquid that was spewed pours in and hardens into what, in just about every way right now, is a pinch or a scar, a cut that won't truly heal, that you'll need to revisit if you don't want it to open again.
And as that moment happens and the crack kind of closes, Ivy just drops and collapses to the ground from just being drained and never using this type of magic.
Charlie has actually been on the ground. When he took the harmonica away, he sort of went down to his knees and had pulled his hat down over his face. But he watched Ivy do this, took note of what she said, and when she collapses, he hobbles. He's very drained, but he sort of just hobbles over. How are you holding up, Miss Ivy?
I'm tired. And then she just kind of closes her eyes and passes out.
All right, Miss Ruby, you carry one and I'll carry the other.
Oh,
I'll give you the small one.
I'm not quite there yet. Just
Boy, you about one breath away from being knocked over.
You guys, she's pointing to all the spirits and everything. Go do something fun.
all right. So the spirits that made up this pool of hate now seem to just be this almost groundwater that moves. And as you begin to pass they kind of lose everything, Charlie. You see all these people marching or walking, all for some odd reason, either to this field in which they went or to sign up for the service, all different directions, or were drafted and, well, they had to go somewhere. And whether at a bar, some temporary saloon, they meet a man. The same man of the thousands, each one seemed to have met the same man. A man who first got their attention by playing harmonica. The man you've met before, who you made a promise to. A man who introduced himself by the name of Jack.
Charlie stares at this for a moment. And then, almost shaken out of it, actually, in a movement much faster than any of you think he can still do, scrambles back on his hands and knees. He just scrambles back to the edge to the wall of this cavern you're in, and just is sort of staring, puts his hand up to his face, and when he takes his hand away, you see a little bit of black and red mixture on his hand where it had been near his eyes. And he just sits there trying to catch his breath.
It recedes, helping shore up that patch that Ivy made. In a way, almost saying, he kept us, now we'll keep him. And as they do, a metal card seems to be revealed from where the ritual was made. It has the imprint of B&L. Barrow and Locke were all rode in combine. It's quite new, like it was left here. Maybe when this ritual circle was made.
I think we got some evidence, guys.
They say we do.
Maybe you'll pick it up.
Pick it up. And has the familiar vibration, barely perceptible. of a train far away moving down the track.
She'll let those who are still awake know this. And is there a name on the card other than the like an actual person's name?
You look where the name should be. And it's as if you register that there's an identity. Even someone who has authority that you might just listen to. Heck, they know they are a big person here at the railroad. Whoever left this must be it, but no name. You can't get a name.
I don't know what to make of it. Neither of you.
Charlie, having got over his little spell to some extent, kind of uses the wall to get himself back on his feet. I mean, I don't know. Is this gonna? Does the mayor doesn't have anything to do with the railroad, does she? I mean, is this the kind of proof that she wants?
Do we know if she has any tie to the railroad?
I mean, she has dealings because the railroad combine is what owns the mine. B&L Railroad Mining and Railroad Combine and B&L Railroad Combine Iron Mine, right? It's one thing. One company for it all, really. So she deals with them.
But she really has no stake in it. She wouldn't have.
Not other than keeping the people of Avery County employed.
Yeah. Okay. So not somebody who would have a card like this. This just seems too high up, too important for just.
Yeah, you don't think it would. You don't think it's hers.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It can't be hers. It's different.
Okay.
Maybe.
There seemed to be a lot of bad vibes, bad stuff going on, and
Yeah.
we need to both give the mayor what she wants so she'll give us what we want, but there might be more to it than that afterwards.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay in this area.
So we're gonna hand this coin over to the mayor. Can I draw it in my book first, and then maybe there's something on it that's different from the normal symbols or from the normal railroad track things, and we can look into that further?
Try to get a picture the best you can.
Well, if it's you said, is it like a coin?
It's a card.
Card. Like
It's
a business card.
Okay.
Yeah, like metal stamped.
Metal stamp, so I can do an etching.
You could.
Archaeology, baby, I'm etching it.
Do it.
Exact
I mean, we're not going to go see her until tomorrow, though, because we want to go home, go to bed, get some rest. Right?
clean
Ah,
off. But,
I'm in with that.
As you do the etching,
oh, fuck. What?
that slight vibration I described, plus the idea this doesn't seem to have looking at it, it's just almost as you're trying to etch something that doesn't have a form that's permanent enough to etch it. Like that name could be anything. And
Oh.
it doesn't.
I don't like this, y'all.
The idea that it's the railroad, you all think B&L maybe, but it's more like it's the railroad.
Like the railroad, like railroad to that would take. Oh, brain is going one way. Maybe I'm connecting the dots. Let's see.
There's just this idea of how you'd think of let me go catch the train, the railroad, and so it's a very odd. In other words, you're not getting an impression that makes any sense.
Yeah.
At least not right now in this moment. Maybe for the study, maybe some things you can do. But right here, you look and it just looks like gibberish.
Okay. Yeah. Let's.
Maybe we don't hand this over to the mayor just yet.
Yeah. Let's not. Let's hold on for it a little bit. Maybe do some research. Because something that the brothers said. Which one said it? I can't remember. Train doesn't always come twice. Does that make sense?
I get the feeling he might have been simply saying, I'm not sure that they're allowed or able to go where spirits are supposed to go.
Not allowed to move on, so to speak.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I think we need to sleep on this first. Get some rest. I think I've had enough time down here in the dark. I'm getting a little bit more freaked out now that everything's all settled down.
All right. Shall we?
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need? I know you, Basil, you got photos of everything down here, just in case they're helpful. I don't know.
Well, I reckon no one's gonna believe us if we don't have photos.
Yeah, that's true. True
Yeah.
enough.
We gotta get her. She'll point at Ivy.
Charlie makes a move like he'll try to lift her and bends down and starts to think better of it.
Oh, no, I'm not that strong. Well, maybe I am.
You get one, I'll help the other.
Alright, I'll try it. I don't know how big Ivy is. But she'll lean down and she'll try and pick her up.
17-year-old girl.
Okay.
But
That
as you
doesn't
guys
mean a lot. Is she slight?
really,
Is she...
really slender, really thin. But as you
Okay.
guys you go to like pick her up, she comes shaking awake, and I think she goes, "Toby, we have to get Toby."
Yes, that's where we're going.
Oh,
Come on. I can carry you for right now, but I'm sure you want to walk whenever we get closer to where Toby is.
thank you, Miss Ruby.
Yeah. So she will. She'll pick her up. Kind of do. Yeah, she's gonna crouch down. Backpack. I need an IV backpack.
All right. A few things real quick. That thing of
just gonna pull
grass.
him and carry Charlie out whether he likes it or not.
That little musket thing of grass that's ramped up. I'm gonna throw in hopefully the correct thing. Here we go. We'll do in handouts here. That is an artifact.
Ooh.
Now called Unknown Caller.
There it is. Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Nope. We can't hear you again.
Oh no.
We need to change that out to normal, babe.
All right. So in this case, this thing retains essentially memories and information from the thousands of soldiers that died that it fed off of, including maybe its mother entity down there. And that is the type of information it possibly can give you and help.
Cool. All right. Well, do you want to hold on to that, Ivy?
Sure, I can hold on to it now.
Okay. Let's go.
All right. And without too much, I think y'all can make it back. The things that just weren't right seem to make your way smooth. And you find your way up and over the woods, straight back to that land that, if all goes well, will be yours by deed. So, right here, I'm going to add some things up for y'all. Any major things in anyone arcs that they feel like they've done?
So I've been thinking this because I kind of feel like it came up a couple times. But so the arc, Charlie's starting to get a sense of what he might name the music. Because that's, I think, the first step of that particular arc is he got to name the thing. And I think he's getting it. Whether he likes it or not, he's starting to get a sense of it. And he was able to keep playing, but he was absolutely shook when the thing talked to him and what the thing said. And he's putting things together in his head, and he's somewhat wishing he wasn't, but he can't help it, and he is. So he's getting, I think, this sense of what the name of this music might be. That he
Gotcha. Anybody else?
Not yet. I think once maybe we get the deed, it'd be different. But yeah, for
Makes
Ivy,
sense.
the arc's still going.
Well, one of my arcs was to explore something brand new. I don't think she meant to do it this way.
Okay. I like it. Yeah, I think that's pretty. For this discovery, I think it might be a good step. Yeah.
I think she doesn't know a lot about the railroad, so to her that's like the brand new thing she's looking for.
So she's becoming that. So this is a good first step for it. I like it. Yeah. And then Courtney, you're saying something?
When one of the arcs that everyone picked out, I don't know, wasn't that like family, building a family or something like that?
Yeah. I like that. All right. So in that case, I guess the kind of the first like big thing I've given out over the 5 sessions we've had together. I would say you all caused peace between the brothers. You sacrificed for a ritual and have sealed the greater darkness. That would be 6 XP. And then I'm going to say, because of the general movement of everyone's arcs, including the family arc and everything else we're doing, we're moving along these paths. That's going to be an extra 1. So you each will receive 7 XP.
Okay. Now, I wasn't able to give out the XP from earlier.
Oh, that's right. Who'd you want to give that to?
I don't know. Who am I allowed to give it to?
Any of those 3.
Okay. Anybody not get any? Haven't got any?
I had an intrusion that gave me 1 already, so I had 1 extra 1 already.
I got 1 last session.
Have you received any?
I spent 1. I got 1, but spent it on that knowledge, that foresight.
All right, I'll give it to Ivy.
I guess this is a question for you, Matt. 2nd tier stuff, how does that then come about?
Yeah. That's why I wanted to kind of give this as we're getting to the end, so we can talk about how all this works. So, experience can be used on the rerolls. They can be used to power your player intrusions. Those are the active uses. Then there's basically the kind of leveling or build-up process. So, at the top of your character sheets, there are the boxes, and the white boxes tell you like something you get for filling that box in. It takes 4 XP permanently spent to fill in one of those boxes. You don't have to go left to right. You can fill them in any order. Once you filled in every box using 4 XP each, you get to 2nd tier.
Okay.
The other thing is you can spend XP in order to like get a good amount of money, to get some type of asset, some big like bigger things. Is the other thing you can do, kind of like advancement sort of. So another way to think about it is like things like money and loot, you kind of use XP to get those. So you just kind of choose. So in this game, it's kind of like you get this raw resource of XP, and then you, the players, get to kind of decide what form that takes. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I ask actually about that, about the player intrusion?
Yes.
Because I don't know, because when Ivy used hers, there seemed to be a very specific, almost like it was an ability that she had from either some part of her character. Is that the case, or is it? Okay.
Yeah,
So,
at the beginning of your, what's your player type? Are you a speaker?
Yes, I'm a speaker.
So at the beginning of speaker, like right at the beginning, there should be a part that says, where would it be for the speaker?
I'm trying to get this up too.
Oh yeah, speaker player intrusions.
Yeah,
you can spend 1 XP to use one of the following player intrusions provided: friendly NPC, perfect suggestion, or an unexpected gift.
Okay. Yeah, I think I tried looking before, but I assumed it was the focus. But it's the type. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. I will look through that later. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a very personalized experience of how much you want to save to do cool things, how much you want to invest in character advancement. I think the suggestion usually is about 50-50, but you can really do this however you want. I'm just kind of telling you what the book says with the 50-50. They
So
just put that in there.
whenever you do do one of the advancements, like move toward perfection, it says +1 to the edge of your choice. Can you put that in any of them, or can you only have?
You can put that in any of the 3 categories for the edge.
Okay, so you could have more than one on an edge.
Right. So you could go up to 2 edge in something, or you could go that's something 0 to 1, or whatever you want to do.
Okay.
So I do have for other options on the advancement part. When I was looking through, at the bottom when it says select another character ability from your type, such as Tier 2 Protector. But the one right above it says select another focus ability to you at Tier 3. You must be Tier 3 or higher to do this. So this last one, can I do that at Tier 1 for the select another ability from my Sage class?
Because you get to pick them.
Yeah, it says select another character ability from your type. So from my Sage, but like it doesn't say how the one above it. You must be like if I was to select it from my focus, I'd have to be Tier 3.
All right. Here it is. Okay. Skill training. Okay, so none of the major 4 have a level thing, right?
Well, it's the other options.
The other option. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's on page 166. So let me go to that.
Yep.
And that'll help me out answering your question. Okay.
Yeah, and then that
Yeah,
tells
which
you-
is why, just make sure. Okay, let me get to the actual 166. Here we go. Okay. Each of the steps. Okay. Da 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 da. So first of all, sorry. So it's of the. There's only 4. The other is an optional to replace a 4.
Gotcha. Okay, I see it now.
What?
So the other option isn't actually up there on the advancement part.
It is, but it's like there's 5 boxes up there, but you only need to fill 4 of them to get to the next tier, I think.
Correct.
That's the idea.
That's the best way to understand
okay.
it.
Yeah.
So okay. So I'm asking about the other option on the 5 boxes.
Right, which means if there's a level requirement, you can't do it because it's
but
just not an option.
But there's no level. It just says select another character ability from your type.
Okay.
Such as type. Then it's saying such as Tier 2 Protector can select reload or Crushing Blow. So like I'm guessing.
Of course.
I could choose like Wrap or.
Right. Yes, you would select another Tier 1
ability. Okay.
From
I just wanted to make sure.
Your thing. 100%. Cool. That's what you would do.
Perfect.
Cool.
I just realized that under Explorer, it's like you have 6 additional points to divide among your pools however you wish. I never did that.
Yeah. The next thing I guess I was gonna ask, resetting our pools. Like, does that just automatically reset to the highest, or do we roll to reset that?
Well, you do normally do recovery rolls.
Yeah.
So, while I handed experience here, just because I think it's a good time, we are not. I don't think we're quite done.
Okay.
With this thing, because you haven't talked to the mayor yet. So I just felt that after all of this, and like I said, 5 weeks of playing, just seemed right to me. It's probably not quite how the thing would have us do it, but again, for how we're playing, I think it works. So I would say we're still on recovery rolls. So tonight you're going to sleep for 10 hours. If you wanted to use your 10-hour recovery, you're
Okay.
free to do so.
Okay. And what does that mean then?
So that means you would roll 1d6 plus whatever numbers there, which should be 1 for everybody. And you get that many points to... I do it. You can just put them back however you want. I think
Okay.
technically they have to go in one category, but I just don't mess with it.
Cool.
Okay, I've got another question.
Please.
What is the difference between trained and specialized?
Trained reduces it by 1. Specialized reduces it by 2.
Okay.
And just real quick question about the recovery rolls. So there's the 4 buttons for action, hour, 10 minutes, 10 hours. Is that the idea that you do each of those once to
Correct.
get 1d6? Okay, so we're going to do the 10-hour one.
Yeah, you can already do the 10-hour, and you can do those whenever you want to. Whether it's like,
Okay.
hey, I'm taking my action one now. Hey, as
Okay.
we're walking, I'm taking my 10 minutes or whatever. You can
Okay.
freely use those however you want. It's just once you've used them until we kind of, what I would say, like reset the story.
Right.
Because to me, we're still like, again, we just have a little
Yep.
bit. We think we're close, but then I go, cool, we've done the thing.
Yep.
Now everyone unmark their boxes.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Okay. Oh, I don't know how many I had an intellect from the beginning.
I've just been putting it as like the main number and then minus however many damage I've been taking. That way I know my main number.
Oh shit. I don't remember.
So you might have to refigure that out. If you
Yeah.
need help, we can probably do that. That's why. So there's on the sheet. There's the big boxes and the little boxes, right? And so where it
Yeah.
says pool is to me where you want to put in your permanent,
Your maximum.
your maximum, yeah. And then the big box is where you do your math, where things go down.
Oh. Good to know.
Hey,
But I knew that already.
You knew that already.
I knew that already. I was just making sure you did.
So good. Hey, this is why we're doing this together. And like,
Yeah.
this is first adventure. This is first stuff.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's a lot easier to refigure that out at tier 1 as opposed to tier 2 or 5.
Right.
Crap, what are
Yeah.
we doing?
And can I, so while we're doing some quick stuff on here, so the Hagstone, Charlie used the Hagstone. So do I now remove that
Right,
from
that
my
cipher is
sheet?
gone.
That cipher is gone. Okay, cool. I will do that. I actually have another cipher that might be, my other cipher is something might be worth giving to whoever's going to talk to the mayor or the people in charge the next day, because it helps with conversation.
Yeah,
checks.
mine does too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's, what did you get?
I have, it's called the Polka Bag of Sweetening.
Okay.
And it says, all your interactions with people of power, including cops, lawyers, mayors, etc., are eased. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the one that I have is I need to get water from a river waterfall to wake it, and then say the name of someone who you wish to have a better relationship with for the next day. All positive interactions with that person are eased by 2 steps. I could get rid of that other one though. So maybe, I don't know. So I have 1 now. Okay.
All right. Yeah, so we get how we're spending that. And Sounds like we're good. What else here to do? Yeah, so that would just seem like a good time to. Like I said, I think normally a lot of these would get less experience, but frankly, y'all did a lot. And I feel like the heart everyone showed and the type of things everyone really went to, just I think just with everything what you all gave to the story, I think really like you got more. So I think the average is like 4, but
Oh wow.
so you got actually but that was just my own. Like I'm like y'all did really good. So I think what you're spending towards it in your stuff. Yeah, and so if you want to look more on any of the longer term benefits, if you there's just the other thing that stuff can do is okay, I'll say it this way, sorry. So by spending 2 XP, a character can gain a skill or an ability that provides a short-term benefit. If you spend 3 XP, you can acquire a long-term benefit that's more of a story-based thing. Which could be like a contact, a home, a title, job, a position in the community, or like wealth. And those are separate to advancement. And if that's too much information, that's fine. I was just kind of giving you some of the other things. But they're way to kind of simulate things.
That's cool. So Abby could spend 3 points to become a substitute teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need a job, folks.
I could spend 3 points to become wealthy. What? I'm good. I don't need to work another day of my life. I'm playing. I'll figure it out later. I don't know. I think I figured everything else out.
Yeah, you can always re-have. You don't have to remember everything.
Yeah.
So a few of the things as far as to remember what some do, the extra effort that allows you to spend 2 effort towards a task instead of just the 1. So right now you can do the 3. Sometimes it's kind of by edge in order to do an effort. This way, if you have, as your effort goes up to 2, you could do 6 and get 2 down instead of 1. Right. So it's just more that you're allowed to put towards. You can see how that balances or whatever, but just whatever. Alrighty. So with that, as we've explained all those mechanical things, we'll get up to kind of go and see the mayor part of the story, I think, next week. So everyone watching, thank you so much, and hope that last bit actually was helpful. Sometimes it's good to hear through some of the mechanics and how this game works, as story-based as it is. So with that, we will end our tale, and we'll see you soon, family. See you real soon. Bye-bye.